I've got Lucy Horsell with me today, who's the co-founder of PeBe, and she's going to talk to us about girls' sports kit. So first of all, before we start, just tell us a little bit about yourself, Lucy, and how you've got to where you are at the minute.
Thanks for having me, by the way. My background's actually in sports kit development. So I work specifically on female kit and looking at kit challenges for girls, particularly at school and particularly in independent schools. And that was kind of where I started my bra journey, was very organically through creating nice t-shirts that girls wanted to wear and just seeing with my own eyes that girls weren't wearing sports bras. So I remember that day really distinctly, actually being in a room full of teenage girls that said, "Oh, we don't like the fit of the t-shirt." And I thought, well, I can see you're not wearing a sports bra, so why not? And sort of triggered a big reflection on what did I used to do at school? What solutions are there on the market? And kind of after hunting high and low for something that I thought would be great to recommend these girls, I decided to go at it myself because I sort of found that the market was a nightmare, which
Yeah.
I think lots of women, if they're listening, would probably agree that sports bra shopping is kind of up there with shopping for jeans. It's pretty miserable and deflating experience.
So should a sports bar be on every school's kit list?
Yes, 100%. But that is step one. And it's amazing the schools that we work with that we go in and deliver, the relevant education around sports bras to their girls. We do the fitting service, we get all this excitement around what we're doing. And then I'll say to a director of sport, they are on the kit list, aren't they? And they'll go, oh God, yeah. And then they'll check and they're not on the kit list at all. So I think the obvious first step is having a well-fitting proper sports bra on the kit list. It doesn't have to be a described one. It doesn't have to be a brand. It doesn't have to be anything. Just a well-fitting proper sports bra on a kit list is a great start. But what we often find is that triggers a oh moment with parents where they go, I don't really know where to take her. I don't really know how to approach this conversation. I've got a fantastic dad and I grew up with him, but like I would never have gone to him and said, Dad, can you take me shopping for a sports bra? So you have this real challenge of where to go and how to solve it. So it's sort of all very well putting it on the kit list, but you kind of have to put it on the kit list and come forth with a solution, which is what we've created with our service and what we offer. So whilst we have fantastic sports bras, the heart of our business is going into a school or a club environment, being able to get girls' heads around the why and
Yeah.
understanding the importance of one, and then giving the opportunity to get fitted and measured with their friends in a fun environment, and ideally save as many girls as we can from sort of the awkward M&S fitting
Yeah.
experience that I'm yet to find the woman or girl that told me they loved it, and keep it sort of under the umbrella of their sports kit and make it cool.
So for the ignorant amongst us, explain to us, why should I have a sports bra? Why should my girls have a sports bra?
Well, it's probably the most overlooked piece of kit. Like we put so much energy into how our kit looks, fantastic t-shirts, even like fantastic shorts and leggings and trainers. You talk to kids about their trainers, they'll care enormously about where they're from and how they've got hold of them. And sports bras seem to have sort of fallen into the athleisure umbrella of fashion, really, and come out of a functional piece of kit, which is where they belong. Because sports bras and looking after your anatomy properly in sport is absolutely pivotal to female athletes. And speaking to girls about the performance improvements of a sports bra, and actually, most people will have heard the statistic around if you run a marathon in a great fitting sports bra and you run a marathon in a rubbish one, you're going to be running an extra mile to make up for the loss of stride length. Like that is a real statistic. So when we speak to girls about this at school, we'll use that analogy, as sprinting down the sideline in hockey. You're going to get there quicker, you're going to stand better, you're going to reach better in netball. And actually, if you come at it from the conversation of speaking to them as athletes and as performers and really emphasizing, the biomechanical improvements of a sports bra, it totally takes the tabooness out of it. It takes the fashion out of it as well, which is really important when it comes to fit. These girls are bombarded with brands and stuff on Instagram and how they should look. And this is really about taking care of themselves, improving their body literacy. So that's something that we always do as the education side, is talk about those performance enhancements. But then the obvious one is comfort and confidence, right? I can't tell you how many girls I've seen in schools that either don't run as fast as they could, or they visibly hold themselves in, or they're running around in hoodies in July because they're trying to weigh everything down. Or ultimately, they just give themselves the title of I'm not sporty and they just withdraw. And it's such a shame because actually, and anatomical development is totally normal, should be celebrated, and they just need to know the solutions are out there. They just maybe need a helping hand with it. So, once you can emphasize that and speak to them properly as female athletes, I think suddenly the penny drops for them and they feel way more comfortable about it. And it also helps coaches, right? Helps particularly male coaches not feel alienated from this conversation, or dads. You know, if you can talk to your girls about their performance, you can talk to them about their injury risk, and you can talk to them about how you want them to do the best as an athlete, you can absolutely talk to them about sports bras.
So, how would you recommend that directors of sport and their team start this conversation with others?
Well, the first one we've talked about, which is, get it onto the kit list. Absolutely, it should be on the kit list. Being able to offer a service is, when we set up PeBe, it wasn't the ideal situation was that we had an on the road service because it takes a huge amount of energy and effort to deliver it. But the reality is the measuring world of bras and the fitting and the understanding isn't landing. So we have to do that in-person service. But we work really closely with whoever's leading that and the rest of the sports team to help them have that conversation. And sometimes it's just as simple as having some posters around the school, being able to say the word sports bra. And if the girls giggle, that's cool, let them, but keep going. Because as I said, if you can talk to them about you're not wearing those trainers on the AstroTurf, and you can say, girls, we do expect you to have a really good sports bra. It's a really important part of your kit. It's not embarrassing. Same way you tell them to put a gum shield in and wear the shin pads. If we don't be embarrassed, they won't feel embarrassed. And from what I've seen from being on the ground, and we've worked with loads of schools now, they really appreciate that. And the girls have blown me away with their maturity around the conversation too. Even we go right down to year fives, we do year five girls we have the chat with, and they get really buzzy about it. So I would just urge anybody listening, like, don't be shy, don't be embarrassed, but come at it with a solution up your sleeve. So if you're going to open that conversation, it's great to be able to follow it up with, we're actually getting a company and girls to do a sports bra session with you, and they're going to talk to you about the importance of it, the performance improvements, your injury risk, because I care about that. And they're also just going to get you kitted out. Not a big deal. But I think most people are nervous about opening a conversation and getting questions they don't know how to answer. And that's where we come in to say, don't worry, we're not expecting you to answer those questions. That's why we're here as experts in this. But don't be shy of opening it up.
Sounds great. And I see there's other bits of kit available for girls. You've got some headbands and knickers. Do you want to explain to us how they're relevant for girls at school?
Yes, so I always like champion my I call it my kind of extended team of female founded businesses that we've all organically found each other through having our own personal missions with trying to solve one particular barrier in sport for female athletes. So there's a wonderful brand called Nixie Body Knickers, and Kelly and Connie who run that business, we do a lot in partnership with them as kind of the underwear solution. So they make leak-proof underwear. So for periods and leaks, which lots of people think leaks, incontinence, they think menopausal women who have had 3 children. That is not true. That's not the world we live in. We also live in a world of, we pat ourselves on the back for the big white shorts debate. And actually, if a girl's leaking in blue shorts or black shorts, she's still going to be really self-conscious about that. So Nixie Body are fantastic, and they're the only knickers on the market that do that job, that have been designed with sport at the heart of it. So they are fantastic. No VPL, no wedgie. You can wear them. We've marathon runners wearing those knickers and our bras. I wear them. I live in them. They're lovely, lovely product. So that's Nixie. And then there's another business that we absolutely love called Raison Headbands, and that's founded by a woman called Judith. So Judith has created the only solution on the market that really deals with concussions and subconcussions, and absolutely has specialist knowledge in understanding the impact of subconcussions on the female brain, and particularly the young female brain. So, all of these quite controversial, quite sensitive conversations, but ones we absolutely need to be having if we're going to be looking after girls properly at school.
Yeah, and that's great because we were talking earlier how much work Padsis has been doing with the Well HQ, and they're raising our awareness of these issues. But we need solutions, don't we? And we need to find out where we can get these brands and how we can educate our parents, our staff, and our girls to make sure that they are well equipped to perform and they feel great when they perform, because that's important as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it is about education first. And that's why the Well's so fantastic. I still work really closely with the Well, and the education is the heart of what all of us do. We're just on the periphery of that saying, and we've got the great solutions to match because, having knickers that have been founded by somebody that leaked herself and is a hockey player and has put so much thought and care into her designs. And Judith, who I challenge anyone to speak to Judith from Reason and not go, I'm going to get everybody who will listen wearing this product. And, us at PB, we have the best sports bras on the market when it comes to, the metric of bounce reduction, which is how sports bras are measured. But our bras have been really, really thoughtfully created to think about the breast biomechanics of women, but also the fact that women's bodies change. And that's really important for girls at school, like having lots of adaptability on the bras that thinks about their fluctuating size, the fact that they're going to be wearing them all day, because I'm yet to go to a school where girls tell me they have lots of time and desire to change their bra in the middle of the day. And do you know what? I don't want to change my bra in the middle of the day either. And I've got my bedroom over there, but I don't blame them for that. So having products that are kind of coming from people with their heart in the right place and have taken the time to really get their head around the communication piece to, yeah, schools, girls, but also parents to help them. We often host a parent webinar in advance of us going in to do the education and service with schools to just say, look, this is what we're going to be doing with your girls, and this is what we're going to be talking to them about. And this is the kind of questions that we usually get asked, so that they feel totally equipped to say, by the way, darling, there's a sports bra fitting next week. So make sure you go and get yourself kitted out, because I really want you to have something that's good for you. Like, that's a lovely conversation for a parent to have, knowing that we're going to take it from there. So having kind of all the stakeholders involved is absolutely critical to making sure it's a success. And then you get happy girls that just have one less thing on that long list of things teenage girls worry about, which is long. Can we take a few things off that? I think we can.
Yeah, that's brilliant, Lucy. And I think hopefully you've given directors of sport some information, some knowledge, and some solutions here to help our girls uh, feel better about themselves while they're playing sport and perform better. It's a no-brainer where I come from. So really appreciate your time, and good luck with all you're doing at PB.
Thank you so much.